I'm a widow. I'm 41 years old. My name is Rebecca. I live with my son, William. My husband died in a car accident a few years ago. After the death of my husband, hard times came for my son and me. I had to work two jobs to support our incomplete family in normal conditions. We lived from paycheck to paycheck until one fateful day, I received a letter from the notary of my grandmother, Vera Semyonovna. Unfortunately, my grandmother passed away. I was contacted to enter into the inheritance that my grandmother had bequeathed to me. I was amazed at the amount of money that now legally belonged to me. It was enough for William and I not to work at all, and I relaxed, not worrying about money now. Along with the money, I got the right to a large house in the suburbs of our city, which my grandparents built shortly after the end of World War II when they were young. It was a few dozen kilometers away from our current housing. William was excited about the move and was not too upset that he had to leave his friends and change his life radically from urban to rural. We packed up for the road. We were delighted all the time and joked with each other, feeling that our time had finally come. You no longer need to work two jobs or move from a cheap apartment to an even cheaper apartment. Finally, our happy life can begin. We took the train, as we did not have a car, and went to our new home. The trip was fast and long at the same time. As much as I wanted to see our new home, I also enjoyed mother and son time, which we rarely had the opportunity to enjoy. We arrived in a small town where my grandmother lived. We took a taxi, and it brought us to a farm 5 kilometers from the city where we got off the train. My grandmother obviously enjoyed her privacy. Her house was located in a quaint wooded area with neighbors on both sides, just a kilometer away on both sides. It suited me perfectly. I enjoyed this solitude from people. We both took our bags, I paid the taxi, and we entered a beautiful house. The house was magnificent with running water, sewerage just like in the city. A large, spacious living room that leads to a modern kitchen with an amazing amount of sunlight. My bedroom was on the ground floor, a huge master bedroom that was more than half the size of our last apartment where we lived. My son William wanted to live in an upstairs room. After years of poverty, I really wanted to be able to give him so much now. We eagerly started unpacking, despite the fact that we were exhausted from the move. We wanted to finally start our new life as soon as possible. While I was cleaning the kitchen, I heard someone standing at the door. It was an old man and a young teenage girl with a dog. "Hi, this is Lucky. It belonged to your grandmother who lived here. We've been taking care of him since she died." There was a Great Dane outside, sitting patiently, ready to be let inside the house. I said thank you and took him in. I'll feel safer with a big dog at home. It was a huge gray-black male. Grandma said she felt safe with him, being alone in her house. I didn't blame her. He was a great guard. I fed the dog and continued my housework. As soon as we finished cleaning, William and I went into the living room and sat down on the sofa. Fortunately, we decided to keep everything that was in the house at the time of grandmother's death. We watched a movie on TV and then decided to go to our beds around 1 o'clock in the morning to get a good night's sleep by tomorrow. I said goodbye to my son and headed to my beautiful, spacious bedroom. That was fine with me. The crisp, cold sheets seemed like heaven against the background of my tired body. I woke up to the fact that the sheet was pulled off me. I tried to clear my clouded mind and figure out what was going on. I tried to wake myself up. Suddenly, I felt something touch me. I screamed and jumped out of bed, my heart pounding in my chest. Fortunately, it was Lucky's dog. I laughed at myself, stroked Lucky's head, and climbed back into bed. The dog followed me. He jumped up and lay down on top of my body. I screamed in surprise and pain. "What are you doing, you stupid dog? Get down on the floor immediately." I tried to move to scare him, but he didn't react to my words. I saw his big black eyes looking right at me. I stopped fighting and watched him. After a few glassy-eyed moments, he tilted his head and sniffed. My heart started pounding again. I wanted to know what this dog would do next. I realized that soon enough. I flinched and yelped in shock at being touched so closely by an animal. I gritted my teeth and accepted the dog's harassment of me. Then Lucky got off the bed, grabbed my ankle, and dragged me to half of the bed. I started trying my best to get up, but he jumped on top of me, bared his teeth, and growled. I was scared and obeyed, lay down, and let him do what he wanted. Oh my God! I haven't felt the tongue on me since my husband's time. I had to come to terms with what was going to happen to me and him. How terrifying this scene would look to someone if they walked through my bedroom door. I looked up and saw my son William standing at the door filming me on his phone. Mom, this is so cool. I couldn't believe what he was saying. Then he got off me, dragged me onto the bed, and lay down next to me. It's okay, Mom. He's just doing what you want. You know how much you liked it. You don't need to be embarrassed. It's just you and me, no one else will know. I thought you liked it, Mommy. No, I was exhausted. I couldn't stop you. William got dressed and left the room. He returned a few minutes later. I tied up the dog in the yard. Let's get you cleaned up. Mommy, I'm going to change the sheets. I was lying in a warm bath, regaining consciousness. William came back with a bath towel, pulled me out of the tub, and wiped me all over. William took me back to the bedroom and laid me on the bed. What are you doing, William? I told you that from now on, the dog and I will take care of you. We lay together for a while, and it was nice to have someone around again. William, my son, what are you doing? No, please don't, son. Just relax and let me make you feel better. Don't stop. Keep going. Rebecca shuddered uncontrollably and almost fainted again. William woke up at night and started rummaging through the drawers of the dresser. I woke up and asked what he was doing. Wow, Mom, what are these belts and chains for? Grabbing her wrist, William wrapped one of the straps around her wrist and snapped a small lock. Mom started to struggle, but she didn't have much strength left. William quickly attached this strap to the headboard with a small chain attached. Then she really started to panic, but I quickly attached the other wrist to the headboard. They had a long chain on them, which I attached to the base of the bed. William, son, you can't do this. I'm your mom. Mom, it's either me or Lucky. It's up to you. God, don't let the dog near me again. Do whatever you want. That's it, Mom. You know you like it. Go on, honey. Mom, you are the coolest mom in the world. I can't believe you just used your own mother. You begged me for it, and you loved it. You have to stop pretending that you don't want Lucky and me to take care of you. God, my son still thinks I want it. He's going to turn me into some kind of slave for himself and the dog. We lay with each other until morning. Stop it, Mommy, or I'll tie you up again. Mom, it was nice. Let's get up. Her son took off the chains and let her get dressed. We went down to the kitchen. We cooked breakfast and sat in silence while we ate. We haven't eaten for almost a day. You can't keep doing this. I'm your mom. My God, what are you going to do now, son? Come with me. I want to show you something. My son took me to his bedroom. I thought he was using me again. Instead, he sat me down at his desk. He chained my ankles to the base of the swivel chair and unfastened my wrists. Listen, Mom, these people pay good money for animal movies. We can make money from this. I watch it a lot, but you mommy like to do it. I need your credit card number to go and buy a camera. He made me give away my bank card. I have some uploaded videos. I'll turn them on for you. I set up the webcam to record. If you take your eyes off the screen while I'm gone, you'll be punished. I can't believe my son did this to me. I couldn't think how I would ever be able to avoid this. My son rode his bike into the city. I sat and watched the video. I couldn't believe what some women were doing. I heard my son come back and went upstairs. How are you doing, Mom? I'll just put the camera on charge and then check the webcam. William pulled up a chair behind me and reached for the mouse. Let's take a look. He quickly scrolled through the webcam footage. He stopped at the first piece, Mom. You really like it. Here, Mommy, have fun with him. I was so close to coming that I couldn't stop using it. We're going to get rich on this site. William took my hands behind my back and clasped them. My God, you can't do this, son. What are you going to do with me? I want you, Mommy, to do only what you like, but get paid for it. We'll go back to where we started. I'll put you and Lucky in the bedroom together and see what happens. No, he's too big. He's going to beat me, son.